Now, your neighbor is the person you come in contact with. It's just not your neighbor that lives across the fence or the hedge or whatever it is that you have. Certainly includes that person, but your neighbor is whoever you come in contact with in your daily journey. So how are we to love them? How are we to love people? And before we dive into that, we must see the broken call of the world, because there is something broken. I use the word distorted when we talk about love in the world today. The broken signpost or the direction of the world often calls us to love by affirming those things God calls sin. The broken signpost of the world defines love through a worldview not centered on the Bible. I want to talk about that for just a moment, because there's often a call in the world today to love those things that Jesus says you stay away from those things. Those things are sin. Now, I know using the word sin is offensive to some, but here's the reality. I didn't make that word up, right? You didn't make that word up. Remember last week about the woman caught in adultery, what we talked about? What did Jesus say? I mentioned this, that in that event right there, that woman caught in adultery, both the religious leaders of the day and Jesus agreed on one thing. There was sin that had happened. And Jesus said, from now on, sin no more. The world calls us to affirm those things, to love those things that God calls sin. Jesus confronted sin as an act of love. I want you to, if you're taking notes, write that one down.